If you have watched two of my recent videos, What Happened to the Seattle Supersonics and the NFL and sports streaming services, you will have a little bit of an idea of the NBA's relationship with the idea of expansion. However, this video will take a closer look. The NHL has recently expanded to Seattle and Las Vegas, more on those two cities later, and been very successful. Major League Baseball is increasingly interested in expanding to cities like Nashville, as I mentioned in my MLB expansion possibilities video. So what about the NBA? The association is currently focused on a media rights agreement, which seems to be close to finished, likely including ESPN, NBC, and Amazon. And yes, with no TNT, that means Inside the NBA could be cancelled following next season. So now with that just about done, expansion seems to be the next goal for the NBA. So what cities will Adam Silver be considering? Which cities should he be considering? This is NBA expansion possibilities. Silver has not officially said the league is expanding, but similar to MLB, it is safe to assume expansion will happen sooner than later. Silver has said it's not a sure thing, and then added on, but as we've said before, I think it's natural that organizations grow over time. One way the organization has grown is adding the in-season tournament and playing it in Las Vegas, who, interestingly, doesn't have a team. The association is certainly in a good financial position to expand, with the NBA going above $10 billion in revenue during the 2021 season, and that number will only increase with the new TV deal. However, to even begin the expansion process, the approval of league owners would be required. This includes new ownership in Charlotte, Milwaukee, Dallas, and Phoenix, possibly Minnesota soon as well. Getting owners to agree on things is more difficult than it seems. Currently, revenue is divided among just 30 franchises. Adding two more would decrease the revenue for each individual owner. However, opinions on this could change. Expansion fees and the new media rights deal could make expansion less of a risk. So, assuming the NBA does decide to expand, possibly as early as 2025, who gets a team?
I am so excited to have a game in my hometown of Seattle, Washington! I am so excited to see Climate Pledge Arena, this fantastic building, light up tonight! I'm so excited that we're playing the Portland Trail Blazers. And last but not least, I want to know whether you guys agree with me. I've watched thousands of basketball games in Seattle. CYO, little kids, AAU, pro, college, you name it. So if this is a basketball city, damn it, let's hear it!
I mentioned Seattle earlier, and for good reason. Similar to how Nashville is the obvious, nearly guaranteed choice for expansion, Seattle will almost definitely get an expansion franchise if the NBA decides to expand in the near future. For the home of Amazon and Microsoft, money is certainly not an issue. They also have some experience and some heartbreak, as almost all relationships do, with the NBA. The Seattle Supersonics called the city home before moving to Oklahoma City, becoming the Oklahoma City Thunder for the 2008-2009 season. Seattle is currently the largest media market without an NBA franchise. Its long-lasting problem of finding an arena has been solved, with Climate Pledge Arena serving as the home of the NHL's expansion Seattle Kraken. Climate Pledge Arena is also familiar with basketball, with the WNBA Seattle Storm calling the arena home. Seattle's tried to speed up the process, with their 2013 attempt to bring the Sacramento Kings north. The attempt failed, but Seattle is about as perfect as it gets, at least for potential NBA expansion candidates. I also mentioned Las Vegas earlier, and for good reason. The in-season tournament is one of those reasons, but overall Las Vegas is becoming more and more involved with the NBA. This includes Team USA events, NBA Summer League, and G League Showcase. Finding an arena similar to Seattle will not be a problem. They could share T-Mobile Arena with the Vegas Golden Knights, or build a new arena. This new arena could potentially be completed by 2026.
Could an NBA team be the next pro sports franchise to come to Las Vegas? A proposal to build an arena for a team is on the drawing board. And as Fox 5's Mike Allen reports, it would be paid for using no public money.
I believe the NBA is coming here.
The NBA's biggest star also supports the idea of an NBA franchise in Las Vegas. LeBron James is a partner in Fenway Sports Group, who owns the Boston Red Sox, Pittsburgh Penguins, and Liverpool FC. Fenway Sports Group does have some interest in owning an NBA franchise as well.
Wow.
Hola, Mexico.
The third and probably least likely option is Mexico City. Both the MLB and NBA have interest in Mexico's capital, but the NBA might have more. A major reason why Mexico City could make sense is that with the rise of sports streaming services, an expansion team in Mexico would almost certainly lead to an increase of sales in the country for that streaming service. Mexico City also has a successful G League team, who set a franchise record for attendance with 16,178 fans. Even with these potential major benefits from adding an expansion franchise in Mexico's capital, there are still obvious concerns, because, well, to put it simply, it's a different country. However, this has not stopped the NBA from expanding internationally, with the Toronto Raptors and Vancouver Grizzlies. Speaking of Canada, will Vancouver make a return? While we all love those old Grizzlies uniforms from the 90s, it's no guarantee they will be returning permanently. Similar to Montreal and the MLB, it's not a bad choice for expansion, but the question of whether they are willing to potentially reject a potentially larger and wealthier city remains. Will the NBA reject Seattle, Las Vegas, or Mexico City so Vancouver can return? I doubt it, but we'll find out soon. Other options could include Louisville. Louisville is located in Kentucky, who has a very successful college basketball team, including 8 national championships. Louisville currently has no professional sports teams, so maybe this could finally be the time when they receive one. The one major problem is that Louisville is small, and close to other NBA franchises like the Indiana Pacers already.
Here's NBA Commissioner Adam Silver talking about the future of the NBA.
Well, there's been some discussion about going back to Seattle potentially. Las Vegas, no doubt, is very interested in the team. Mexico City one day. But there's lots of other U.S. cities and Canadian cities, frankly, that have reached out to us to tell us they'd be interested.
Going back to Seattle is obviously the conversation of every NBA fan, right? Because the Supersonics were so awesome. Then they end up at Oklahoma City.
In conclusion, while cities like Vancouver and Louisville have a chance to receive an NBA expansion franchise, it will more than likely be between Seattle, Las Vegas, and Mexico City, with Seattle and Las Vegas being the most likely candidates to bring the league from 30 to 32 teams. Who do you think should receive an NBA expansion team? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.